Okay, let's give you guys some practice. So following on from the previous video, our ultimate aim is to try and understand this. Why, when given this here, if you differentiate it, it will give you this. And for some reason, this gets moved down here, and then the number n itself gets minus by 1. Why is it that when you differentiate it, this moves down here, and then this gets minus by 1? Now, in order for you to understand why this is, you need to understand the binomial theorem. And in this video, I'm going to give you some practice in order for you to understand the binomial theorem. Okay, so what we started out by doing y equals x squared, and when we try and work out dy by dx, it truly gives us dy by dx equals 2x. So notice this 2 here gets moved down here, and then the 2 itself gets minus by 1. So we know it works for y equals x squared. And then we also tried it out for x to the power 3. So we would blah, 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 and ultimately we would get to dy by dx equals 3x squared. And notice that this here gets moved down here, and the 3 itself gets minus by 1. We know that this works for y equals x to the power 4. Because we actually tried it out, and we actually multiplied this out here. But the thing is, when it comes to something like this, y equals x to the power of, let's say, 127, you see, we didn't even try this, because this bit here is really difficult, because when you try and multiply this out, it is really tedious, and it's really, well, it takes a long time. We only tried it with y equals x squared and y equals x to the power 3. You see, we did it with these two, but we did not. Beyond that, it becomes very tedious. So in order for us to do this here, we would need to understand the binomial theorem. Okay, so but let me give you some exercise to do in order to understand that. So when you look at this Pascal's triangle here. If you want to do, let's say, a plus b squared, you would use Pascal's triangle here. Looking at a plus b squared, you see these would be your coefficients here. So when you want to do a plus b squared, it's really you getting this times this here. You're going to get 1a squared here because of this 1 here. Okay, and then when it comes to AB, this times this here, that will give you AB, and then later on you've got another AB here, so that would give you ultimately 2AB. That's why you've got this coefficient here, and then later on B times B, that's B squared here, and then that's, well, that's like a 1B squared here. So this is exactly the same as this. You see, when you multiply out brackets, the act of you multiplying out brackets is really the same. It coincides with Pascal's triangle here. Because if you look at when you come to do AB here, and then you get another AB here, for some reason the act of you doing this is the same, in a way, the same as the triangle itself. So when you come to do AB to the power 3, which is you doing this. Okay, so it's like A times A times A. You're only going to get 1A to the power 3. You see, when you come to cube it, you're only going to get 1. You see, this here matches up with this. And later on, well, if you follow through the same process, these will be your coefficients. Okay, so now let me give you some exercises here. So work out. Hang on. Suppose so we're going to do to the power 5 here. What is a plus sorry, hang on, not a plus. Let's say x plus h to the power of 5, say. Okay. So press pause and have a go. Okay, so to do this here, well, first, you know you're going to get x to the power of 5, but what would be the coefficient? The coefficient would be 1. Okay, 1, well, we don't bother putting the 1. And then the next one will be, well, you're going to get x to the power of 4 and then 1h here. And then the coefficient here will be 5. So you just need to stick the 5 in there. Okay, and then the next term will be hang on. The next term will be x to the power 3 h squared, and that the coefficient of that will be 10. Okay, so we're going to have plus 10 there, and then the next coefficient, I'm going to move down here. The next coefficient will be, hang on, the next coefficient will be x squared h to the power 3. So the coefficient of that will be this 10. So 10, and then plus the next term will be x h to the power 4, and the coefficient of that will be 5. So it's like this, and then the last one will be h to the power of 5, and you're only going to get one of one. So it's like that. So when you multiply this out here, it will give you this here. It's much quicker than having to do this here. X plus h times by itself 5 times. It is really tedious if you were to do it this way here. It's much quicker to use Pascal's triangle. Okay.